Alright guys, welcome to the Rip Ranch. Sorry for not putting an episode out sooner, but when I went to get the last one of me fixing fence onto the computer, there was something that corrupted in the file, so I apologize for that. So today I got me, my dad, my wife Haley, who was it, Lou? Lainey and Quinn. We've got a couple tasks we got to get done, and so come along with us as we show you what we're going to do, and then we're going to follow up on our bale grazing and see how well we did on increasing our soil and making our soil better. What do you see, Lou?
I see a phone.
A phone?
Yeah.
That's pretty good. All right. Okay, so we're here at the Dastrup farm where we bale grazed. If you don't remember or didn't watch the video, look back at bale grazing. And what we did is we'd bring bales out, and instead of unrolling them or feeding the cows a certain amount, we just left bales, let the cows graze them. We did it for soil health purposes. So I want to show you what I have observed this first little bit with bale grazing. First off, if you look out here, man, it looks like things are doing good. It's nice and green until you look down. Look how bare this soil. This is extremely hard soil. We've been working on it. You see that? It's hard to rip up. Just really rough clay soil. So first year we raised crops here, we barely got anything growing. Look how rough this looks. Okay, this is what a lot of this field looks like. I'm going to show you that now where this is the worst spot in it. I'll show you. So that's probably the worst. This right over here, I'd say is more average. This is more average what we got. Okay, I'm going to show you where we've bale grazed. So if you look right here, this is what average is. This is where we've bale grazed. You can see where the big chunks are, but look at the height difference. So here, this goes up to my boot. Over here, within 5 feet, that doesn't even cover, that barely covers my ankle. The other thing that, sorry, I'm swinging you around. The other thing I just love to see is the color of the plant. You can't see it very good in the thing. The color of the plant is completely different. If you look here, alfalfa, no bugs, no holes from bugs. Let me go back. Sorry, I'm trying not to swing you around too much. Just 5 feet away. Look how much can you get on there? Look how much the bugs have eaten these plants. All those little holes, that's from alfalfa weevil. So there's that. And if I look across the field, so you see where my dad is there. If I look across the field right there, you can see how deep green and rich that is. That's where I fed a bale. Right there, dark green, bale, 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 bale. I can show you every spot I fed a bale in this area. This is the worst area in the field. Every spot right there, bale. Every spot that is tall and beautiful is where I fed bales. So, conclusion on my bale grazing experiment. So far, I am more than happy with it. Just look at, oh, we're gonna go look at this. One moment, I'll come look at the dryness. So this has just been watered just a couple days ago. Look how dry this is, okay? This is where we have not bale grazed.
Bale grazed right here.
So show us, look at the difference. Watered the same time with the pivot. Look at the difference. This is mud.
Yeah.
That's bone dry. You can't even hardly get it. This is right where we fed a bale. Look at this. So there's all this litter, which probably drives some of you nuts. It is so different. Wet, moist grass. I mean, the triticale we planted is to my knee. You move. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4 steps. Bare and not even past my ankle. So far, loving what the bale grazing's done. We're gonna keep doing it. So we'll go from there. Let's see the mud hole, that mud. Look at that mud compared to this.
And look at this.
Same field, 10 feet apart. Okay, this will give you the clue of what we got next to do up here. So we're gonna get in the truck and go to the next location.
What?
Okay, first task, get this tire onto the ground.
Like that. Okay. I guess. Okay.
Get it lined, dude. So we're going up higher, so this will fit on there. Maybe 2 or 3 more. One more, maybe 2. One more. You got it?
Okay. Now we're too high.
No, there's too high or. Okay. Right there. Oh goodness.
I can get started. I don't want to start.
Okay, now all we got to do is tighten these. So I'll let my dad do that for a sec. So if you don't know what this is, it's called a center pivot. It goes down there, the center of the pivot is over there, and it kind of moves around the center in a half circle here. I think this is like 30 acres, Dad?
Yeah, there's 2 of them there.
2 of them, 30 acres. So we got 30 acres here, 30 acres there. The reason that they're half pivots instead of a full 60-acre pivot is Utah wasn't built to be farmed. Look at all these big old clay hills. So this is new hay, brand new alfalfa planted last year. Look how pretty and green this is. This is some of the better soil on the farm here. We're just dumbfounded. This is all volunteer from last year. 3-way, we planted 3-way, so oats, wheat, barley. This is all volunteer. It's come back up good. Look at this. This is my favorite thing to see. Look at this mud, this poop from a cow. Look at all the life living on it. We got a spider, some potato bugs. Look how moist it is. So grazing is what really, so far what I see, grazing, bale feeding, everything, that's kind of stuff you want. But it looks really good. That other place where it's dry, the bugs are hitting because it's low quality feed. This is just very little bugs. Little bug, not enough to worry about here. Things look good. So this is how we change the tire. Sorry, someone teased me once that I just make my dad work. Only on video. We got to get video evidence that he works hard. Just kidding. So this is how we do it. If we can't get a tractor, if we get a tractor, we chain up this, pull it up. If we can't get a tractor, we just use a handyman jack, which if you've ever used one, they're very inconvenient, but also very convenient at the same time. So this is what we call the lower west side. This pivot was halfway through its rotation, and my dad noticed it had a flat tire. So we went and got a tire. They're very inexpensive, about $400 a pop, right? Yeah. And we only have to change them non-stop, it feels like. So my advice, my dad just made this correlation the other day, that when you don't have a tube in your pivot tire, when it goes flat, it just goes flat and then you don't notice it and it ruins it. If you have a tube in there, it seems like it gets low. You can notice it when it gets low and you can save it. But all the ones that don't have a pivot tube in it seem to just go flat and get ruined.
Well, it breaks the bead.
Breaks the bead and goes off, yep. And if they have a tube, it seems like it still holds enough air, it just goes low, right?
Yeah, and then you can fix it without ruining the tire.
Yeah, and so $400 a pop, I think it's worth getting a tube when we replace it.
A $30 tube.
The $30 tube, yep. But it's absolutely beautiful up here. This is all old farm equipment from the family who owns it. This is Quinn and Lainey like to go up there. Quinn calls it mining. He goes up there and starts digging. So that's why he wanted to come. But as you can see, on the Rip Ranch, we don't squabble about having a couple weeds. To me, I remember weeds are nature's cover crop. So beautiful, beautiful place. Beautiful weather. What is it, like 70 degrees? It's like heaven right now.
Nice day.
Nice today. So we'll get this. We got it done. So he's going to just undo this handyman. So he just lowers it there. Just like so. One thing to remember, you're going to have your little board down there. That thing will just sink to the bottom. So now, next item on the list is don't hit your head right there on that thing above your head, Dad. And then the next item on the list is we got to go turn on the pivot. Did you find anything, bud? Will you show us your finds? Okay, these are all his mining finds. Pretty cool stuff. It is really weird. This is the soil though. This is what it would be like, a lot of it, if we didn't have a farm on it. Hard clay. What's that? Some necklace thing, huh?
Daddy.
Oh, you found a rock? Oh.
A sparkly rock.
Oh, a sparkly rock? Okay, well, we're gonna go turn the pivot on. So I went to go grab my kids, gather them up from the hillside like you saw. And when I got done, this is what I saw. My dad out there working. He's by far the hardest working man I know. So he's out working and he's giving me directions. He's trying to tell me to turn this on. And I don't know what he wants me to turn on, so I'll get... Okay, so this is what he wanted me to turn on. Am I good to turn it on or do I need to wait? Okay, I'm gonna turn this on too. Okay, so this is the other way we irrigate here. We have the center pivot, which we're gonna go turn on. My dad just turned on this. It's called a hand line because you move it by hand. So you take that, water's in this spout, comes up, goes out through the hand line. So we just move into the next move. And before I make him change the whole thing, I'm gonna go help him. But that's how you carry it. Yeah, you gotta be careful, huh? So you always, when you're doing a line like this, irrigation, do it slow, because it'll blow. Lots of pressure. So we have two lines running at once here.
That's probably job.
Beautiful. Here she goes.
That's better. See, I need to turn this down several more.
Okay, now we're gonna go over to the pivot over there and turn it on. Okay, we're here. What do we got to do? Change the end guns?
Yeah, I want to change this down to that other.
So these shut on and off the end gun, right?
Yeah, and the wide boundary.
Okay, so we're just gonna do one at a time.
Yeah, so these are, and then this down here is for the, that one down there is for the overhang, but I'm just gonna run. I just run the overhang all the time.
Oh, okay. So
I don't
this is like an on-off switch,
valve.
right? A valve. So when this is pressed up by these, it's pretty
By those bridges.
and it turns it on and off. So when it's open, it's off or on.
So when it's on these, it's off.
Okay, so
So
this shuts it off. When it pushes this up, it shuts it off. So we're gonna just move this down here so it can be separate. Down here so it can be separate and not the same as this.
Yes, because it runs halves, but so it's not consistent.
Oh, so we're just gonna try to make it more consistent.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, we moved it from up here to this. Okay, we got the that fixed. The deals. Now we're just gonna turn on the pivot. Whew. Sorry for spitting you around. So this is a pressure relief. Water comes from right there in the main line, comes up through the pivot, up there, travels and comes out these little hoses. And these little things you'll see, they start spinning water. So that's how it goes. Got her done. So water will pressure up and just slowly go down this line, and the pivot will move this way right now. Once it gets all the way over to the edge, then it'll move back like so, all the way to this edge. That's how it works, half circles. Okay guys, well, if you stuck around this far, I want to thank you for watching us, and thank you for being patient that I'm on my phone because my GoPro... What? Oh, okay, whatever she said. But if my GoPro's battery was dead, so thanks for watching the Rip Ranch, and we'll see you next time.